loves? Elephant Knight here. Welcome back to the channel. Episode 10. Let's go. This is so awesome. Anyway, this episode is mainly going to be building, but in silence. Like there's no keyboard clanking or any clicks of the mouse. Just me and blocks. As I mentioned in the last episode, I messed up with the spacing, so I had to replace everything and then call it a night. But this time I'm putting stuff in, like pistons, levers, torches, all that jazz. Right, let's get started. Okay, so I just mentioned that I had to replace everything and then dig everything out again. That's gonna happen in a second, but this is me going over everything. And then this is me, I'm collecting stuff, and this is me realizing, oh, something's wrong. So I go check all of the other ones to see if they're all exactly the same, all one row. They're not supposed to be. All of them except for the first one. The first one's 2, but it's supposed to be 4. And since I messed it up, I have to break everything and place everything back. So I start breaking all of the pistons. Of course, I exclude the very first group of villagers, but I have to break all of the pistons and place everything back, which really sucks because it took me forever to calculate how to dig all that stuff out. Eventually I finish though. I get everything put back in. I had to make several chests to house all of the dirt that I had dug out, but also had to empty my inventory so I could hold all the dirt. But see, it's a lot of dirt. The boats are for villagers, but I had to replace everything. It took so long, and then I didn't even accommodate the part at the. I just went to go grab the anvil. I didn't accommodate I didn't accommodate the part at the end where I used stone. But I got attacked by a phantom, as you can see on the subtitles. I ended up, I don't use, like I mentioned, I had to break everything, but on this part I didn't use stone, which probably would have been smarter, but I didn't use stone to put everything back. I used dirt on everything, mainly because I was lazy, and I think I used Hephaestus to break all of the stone, so it didn't have, Hephaestus doesn't have silk touch. I'll go into deeper detail about her enchantments later on. But I had to block everything back up again. I'm not sure. Okay, so for some reason I hate when I do that, when I miss a block and I have to re-dig it out so I can fill that one block in. It makes me angry or anxious or something. This took a while. I had to, break everything and then place everything back. And then at one point, I'm pretty sure, well, these are my favorite parts. When I had to fill in the tunnel that is behind each section where the zombies would go, I love doing that. That was so aesthetically pleasing. Oh, I totally forgot to bring this up. I mentioned in the intro that I was playing without my mic on, so everything's quiet. Okay, this is when I started digging everything out again. But I mentioned that I was playing silently. I didn't have my mic on. So you can hear the breaking of the blocks and the placing of the blocks, and when I activate a piston or switch a lever, without the clinking of my keyboard or the clicking of my mouse. It's so aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, this is me redigging everything out. I don't remember where I finished putting everything in, but everything's over a bit farther because it's originally supposed to, the walkway is supposed to be 2 blocks wide. This is me trying to figure out how to make the little walkway out because I was trying to minimize how many blocks I would use, but I ended up not being able to walk if they were right there. So yeah, I don't know why I added that in there. And then torches, so stuff doesn't spawn. I messed up on the placing, so I had to break all of them and replace them down. And they ended up falling. But eventually, I wanted to change them to lanterns. But currently where I am right now, I've put everything back. And I'm working on something else for my villager trading center. And then this is me fixing the torches around the other villagers. The spacing is gonna make sense in a little bit. Then putting everything back. This is gonna look like a continuous loop. It's not. It's just I cut out the parts where I was going, like running around to the next section. So it's just gonna look like a continuous loop of me placing pistons and levers and switching them. It's not a continuous loop. Well, it is a continuous loop, but I just cut out the part where I'm walking from section to section. It's so pleasing. I don't know. And then when I'm done with that, running back was always a pain because I left a block for where the tunnel was supposed to go. And this is me making the entrances to all of the different sections instead of having just one entrance for all 5 of them. Because the usual way that I'm walking, it's gonna get blocked off for the zombie tunnels. So I had to make little sections for me to walk into. I decorate it later on, don't worry. It's not gonna be dirt and stone forever. That's me trying to map out where the zombie's gonna drop in. Because if you remember from when I first explained the trade center, the zombie falls through a trap door and wanders in the tunnel, right? So this is where I'm breaking where the zombie is supposed to fall in right now. And then I don't know why I did this, but I could have just ran around. Okay, these are the trap doors. Underneath the trap doors are supposed to be the worker blocks, and mainly for librarians, you leave the trap doors and you just break the lectern or the worker block till you get the trade that you want. Once again, a continuous loop because I cut out the parts where I was supposed to be running between sections. This is so the zombie can't get into the villagers, I'm gonna call them cubby holes, to the cubby. They can't get into the villagers' cubby. And then the trap doors on the top in front and then in the back on the tunnel are so the villager can't get out. Even if I do accidentally break the worker block, the villager can't get out. They're not smart enough. They don't have a crouch key like we do. Originally I had made this like 100 times faster, but the sound was not aesthetically pleasing. So I left it the way it was. I just cut it up a bunch. Into the tunnel again! Okay, that's the last section for trapdoors. And then I gotta get behind in the tunnel. That's it. That's all the trapdoors. There were a lot of trapdoors. But I need to go get the last couple of villagers I had. But when I broke the block, there was a witch in the freaking boat with the villager. I obviously didn't have any arrows to take the witch out. And I couldn't go buy any because the witch was, in the thing with the Fletcher. So I had to make some. Not a lot, but I got to make some. I don't remember what I was looking for. I was looking for something. Oh, right. I needed to make, what are they called? I need to make weakness potions for all the villagers. Like I mentioned last time when I was putting in the windows, I mentioned that I would sit at that window a lot. I mainly sit at that window to like watch the sunrise and stuff. I know I could do that from the front of my house, but sitting by the window atop my bed is just more aesthetically pleasing. Then get some seeds because I need more feathers. So I just breed them for a little bit. I love editing this part, like the cut between like killing the cows and stuff. It's kind of fun. And then I have the short run over to the spider spawner. I encounter a chicken. We played tag for a bit. He got away. I couldn't find him after that. And then the little tunnel descent down to the spider spawner. I don't know why I was doing 360s. But usually, because I have respiration on my head, my helmet, I don't have to stop in those little tunnels. The sounding for this spider spawn is funny because I will, like I mentioned, I will leave and then come back and there will be like a bunch of spiders. Like when I leave and I come back and there are a bunch of spiders, I hear them like all making their little hissing noises in the headset and it's so funny. And then it was raining, it was a thunderstorm outside, so I ran all the way back home. Like I was sprinting because I hadn't been asleep for a few days and I didn't want to get attacked by a phantom. They're a pest to deal with. I ended up killing the witch and my villager was safe. I made sure not to hit him. There goes the Fletcher. Turns out he doesn't sell. I picked like the wrong trade and he doesn't sell any freaking arrows. I stayed in there for the night and then the next morning came. I continued with my building. This is me putting in all of the lecterns. I know I messed up on one of them. I fixed it. It just wasn't in that cool cut. Okay, this next part is me kind of labeling the villagers. I needed to know which trade was which so I could go in buy that book if I needed to. But because I didn't want to have to like click on the villager to figure out what trait they had and then continue to look through all of those villagers to find the trait that I needed. So, oh, excuse me. So I just, stuck with the signs. Okay, this is me finishing up the tunnels that I previously put off. I don't know why. My shovel came in real handy. This is what I meant when all of the paths, like, that's how I usually go between different sections. But now I have to close all of it up so I can, properly get the zombies into the holes without them, like, getting into the villagers and hurting them. Then I gotta put the trapdoors because zombies don't seem to know that they are doors and they fall through seamlessly. Seamlessly. I don't think I'm saying that right. You can see my little Optifine cape. This is me just checking to make sure the tunnels are good. But for some reason, when the zombie like walks under the trapdoor, they still set on fire. I don't get it. Okay, this is super, super important. This is for the next episode. I downloaded this mod. I don't remember what the mod is called, but you can make night vision goggles. I wanted those because I wanted to explore this really big cave. But I didn't have any green dye. I cut it out, but I was looking through everything for green dye, not green dye, cacti, because I've never found a desert. Even when I was like traveling to find the village, I never found a desert. So when I think I used a moss block, I tried to use a moss block. This is me just enjoying the pretty night sky. I'm pretty sure I tried to use a moss block. See if I could like melt it in the furnace, but that didn't work out very well. See, you saw the moss block, right? So this is me looking through stuff to see if I have any green dye, which I don't. Because like all of this stuff at the bottom right there, you see where like the emerald armor and the emerald tools, that's all from the mod. This is me emptying out my inventory a bit. Not very much. I didn't have much to empty. This is what I was talking about, using the moss block. I don't know why I thought I could. There's kelp in there. I thought I could use the kelp. I think I tried to use the kelp. But see, I tried to use the moss block. It didn't work. So I put it back. I don't really use any of that food. Enjoying the pretty sunrise. This is so nice. And especially if I turn up my render distance to like 32, it looks so pretty. Like with it behind the mountain. And then I, go kill some spiders. I originally go there to refill some of my stuff, like the durability of my stuff. But this time I guess I was just there for fun. Since this is episode 10, I've decided that since we've had 10 straight episodes, that it would be really cool for a new thumbnail. This is the speed paint for the first thumbnail. Since the next part of the world is me working on villager stuff, I decided to change it. I don't know how long it's going to be the new thumbnail, but I've been working on villager stuff for a few months, so yeah. I'm also working on what I'm going to be doing for Christmas this year. I have a plan and I'm talking with a friend to get something set up. As always, please leave a like and subscribe. I'd love you to leave a comment about what you liked and tell me what you'd like to see next time. Don't forget to turn on the bell so you know when my next video is, and check out some of the others I've already done. I'll see you guys in the next siege. Bye-bye!